It was a crisp Tuesday evening at the Bridge and Biscotti Club, where the air was thick with the scent of almond biscotti, strong opinions, and the faint anxiety of someone who just realized they forgot their convention card. The weekly team match was underway, and tensions were higher. Team 1, George, Mildred, Bartek, and Marjorie, a fearsome foursome of experience, patience, and one man who referred to himself in the third person as the Biltcliff coup expert. Spoiler. He wasn't kidding, or joking, or possibly sane. Team 2, Robert, Tom, Timmy, and Andrew. A dynamic duo of solid strategy, Robert and Andrew. Youthful enthusiasm, Timmy, and Tom, who held his cards like they contained the secrets of the universe, or possibly the recipe for Aunt Mildred's rhubarb crumble. The club's sacred open-close room policy was in full effect. Room A and Room B sat like mirrored chambers of fate, with identical card distributions, identical stakes, and vastly different levels of clue. And so the stage was set. 2 rooms, 1 deal, and 2 wildly different outcomes that would echo through the halls of Bridge infamy for years to come. In Room A, Robert had doubled over George's 1 spade overcall, showing a balanced hand with 4-4 in the majors and club support. Tom, interpreting this as Robert believes in me, bid 2 hearts. George, ever the competitive soul, rebid 2 spades. Robert, unfazed, jumped to 4 hearts. Tom found himself in a 4 hearts contract. The lead? King of spades from George. Tom won with the ace in his hand. Then, because momentum is everything, he cashed the king and ace of hearts. Hearts were flying. Literally, because he played the king and ace immediately, like a man who'd just discovered trumps and thought they were supposed to be used up fast. 2 top trumps gone. He then proceeded to cash out both diamond winners, looking smug, as if he'd just balanced the national budget. But then he switched to clubs, a fatal error. It's better to play spades 6 to let South rough. George won with club ace, drew the 2 remaining trumps, including Tom's now lonely 10, and cashed 3 spade tricks. Tom stared at his hand. But we had 8 trumps. Robert sighed. Tom, having 8 trumps is like owning a sports car with no gas. Looks fast. Goes nowhere. Result. 4 hearts down 3. Team 2 loses 150 points. Tom slumped in his chair, muttering about aggressive play and the heart of a champion.
Okay, so to understand how Tom's plan blew up, we need to peel back a layer and look at the hidden mechanics of this hand. Because solving it requires a totally different approach, what we're calling the art of strategic delay.
So yeah, let's ask that question directly.
What was the fatal flaw in what seemed like such a logical, solid plan? Why did the obvious move backfire so spectacularly? Well, the problem was this perfect storm of conditions. See, Tom and his partner had an even 4-4 split in hearts, but they were missing some of the top ones, like the queen and jack. That created a very real risk that one of their opponents might be sitting there with 4 hearts all by themselves. By playing his best cards immediately, Tom walked right into that possibility and literally handed control of the entire game to his opponent. And you might be thinking, oh, well, he just got unlucky. But look at this. A dangerous 4-1 split like this happens about 28% of the time. That's more than 1 out of every 4 deals. For an expert, that's not a surprise. That's a known risk that you have to manage. So what's the expert solution? Well, it's a brilliant little concept called roughing losers. And this right here is the secret sauce. Instead of using your trumps to attack their trumps, you use them as a secret weapon to win tricks in your weak suits. So let's say you run out of spade cards. Instead of losing the trick, you can play a heart, your trump card, and win it. You've just turned a guaranteed loser into a winner. So the better strategy feels totally backwards, right? You have the best suit, and the correct play is to not play it. Not yet, anyway. First, you get rid of your weak cards, your losers, by roughing them. You build up winners in your other suits. And only when your hand is totally secure, only when all your problems are solved, do you finally play your big trump cards to finish the job.
Subscribe our channel for more videos.
Meanwhile, in room B, Marjorie sat beside Timmy. Who led the king of spades with the confidence. Marjorie, ever the calm strategist, won with the ace in her hand. She looked at her heart suit. 8 cards, yes, but with the queen and jack sitting in the defender's hands like uninvited guests at a dinner party. She did not play another heart after cashed heart king. Instead, she calmly played diamonds. Then, she led the queen of diamonds, using it to discard a losing spade from her hand. Genius. Andrew blinked. Wait, did she just discard? Timmy, I think she's throwing a loser? No, Marjorie was playing chess with cards. She then switched to clubs. Timmy won with the ace, and now he had to lead. Marjorie had executed a throw-in play, because of course she had. She'd read Endplays for fun and profit 3 times and underlined all the good bits. Timmy, now on lead, played a spade. Marjorie roughed it in hand, then cross-roughed, then roughed again. She consumed Timmy's trumps like a vacuum cleaner at a crumb convention. By the time she finally drew the last trump, the defense was out of steam, out of spades, and out of excuses. Result, for hearts made. Team 1 wins 420 points. Bartek stood up, raised his arms, and whispered, "The Biltcliff coup is alive." Marjorie just sipped her tea and started on her crossword. Back in the common room, the teams convened for the inevitable post-mortem, a ritual where bridge players dissect hands with the precision of surgeons and the emotional detachment of robots. Robert began. "Tom, why did you cash both top trumps too soon?" "Tom, I wanted to establish control." "Andrew, you established their control." "Timmy, you played trumps like they were going out of style." Tom, defensive. "Well, Marjorie played the king of hearts." Robert, yes. One trump. Then she worked the side suits. She delayed. She planned. She didn't treat her hand like a buffet where you have to eat everything fast. George nodded sagely. "With weak trumps, you don't lead with a hammer. You use a scalpel." Aunt Mildred added. "Also, Tom, you played like you were being chased by a bear." "Tom, I felt like I was being chased by a bear." Bartek stood dramatically. "This, my friends, is a textbook case of trump promotion avoidance failure. In Room A, Tom promoted the defender's trumps by clearing his own. In Room B, Marjorie suppressed the enemy trumps through roughing and timing. This is not just play. This is art." Marjorie, "I also used the club throw-in because I knew Timmy had more HCPs than Andrew. Basic bidding logic." Timmy, "Wait, you knew I had more points." Silence. Robert, "The key takeaway? Don't draw trumps early when your suit is weak. Play side suits. Rough losers. Manage entries. Think." Timmy, "So, never lead with trumps?" Marjorie, "Not never. Just not like Tom did. That was like using a flamethrower to light a candle." Tom, brightening, "So, I was passionate." Everyone groaned. From this epic clash, the Bridge and Biscotti Club distilled the following sacred principles. General strategy for weak trumps. Avoid drawing trumps early, don't be Tom. Just don't. Generate roughing opportunities. Use dummy short suits like weapons. Manage losers, count them. Get rid of them like expired yogurt. Specific tactical recommendations. 1. Play side suits first, diamonds before drama. 2. Delay trump play. Let the enemy think they're winning. Then crush them. 3. Be wary of trump promotion. Don't help the defenders win tricks. That's their job. 4. Use high trumps judiciously. Save your ace for when it matters, not when you're feeling confident. 5. Consider an endplay. Epilogue. The legend grows. As the players packed up, Bartek was heard whispering to Marjorie, "One day, they'll write songs about this hand." And Tom? He left with a new mantra scrawled on his convention card. Hearts are for feeling. Trumps are for timing. He still doesn't get it.
And really, that's the thought I want to leave you with. Because this principle doesn't just apply to card games, does it? It makes you wonder, what are the obvious moves we make in our own lives, at work, in our relationships, that might actually be holding us back? What could we achieve if just once in a while we practice the art of delay? Thanks for joining me.